This video is sponsored by Brooklinen. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexandra, and today I am transforming a bedroom into a colorful space. We're talking mixing patterns, mixing colors. Before we get into this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There is a stat on our YouTube backend that says 50% of you are returning week after week to watch these makeovers but aren't yet subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video from us. We're also sharing so much behind the scenes over on Instagram when we are actually filming these makeovers, like the week of, the day of. So make sure you're following me over on Instagram for lots of extra decor content and fun team shenanigans, like Graham using a drill bit to blend a smoothie. Today, I am helping Hannah make over her bedroom. She is going through a transitional phase in her life. She just finished her schooling to become a midwife, which is so exciting. This bedroom was where she studied, and she needs it to function completely different from her. So let's hop on a call with her, get to know her and the space and what she's looking for. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, you as well. I'm so excited about this.
Congratulations for winning a makeover with my team and I.
Hey.
It's like kind of different than a space we usually take on with the dark trim. You have all this beautiful furniture. I guess let's start with the overall space. What's working for you? What's not working for you? Just tell me all about your space.
So I feel like I'm trying to start a new chapter in this space right now. I just finished school. I'm gonna start my job as a midwife in 3 weeks. So I just want to sort of mark the end of my student era. It's been 5 years of school and I'm very ready for it to be over. And I have this desk that takes up 1/4 of my room, and I'm really excited for it not to be in my room anymore. And I just want to use my space more in a way that is a nice place to come back to when I've been awake for 24 hours at a birth and I'm exhausted, and I just want to come back to my own space.
I love when people have these clear intentions for their space, and yours makes a lot of sense. So the desk can go.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, talk me through what you envision to fill that space. What would be your dream bedroom?
My absolute dream would be to have a window seat here.
Ooh.
So the trim in here is one of the things that I loved about this space. This is very much the vibe of all of my furniture as is, but the trim around my window awkwardly ends right at the level of my desk. And so it looks sort of unfinished when there isn't something there.
Right.
And then I need a curtain situation because I sublet a bedroom for 1 month that didn't have a window, and it did a number on me. And I was like, okay, never again, can't do this. But now I sometimes get home at 7 in the morning and I need to sleep, and that's not really a thing that I can do.
Got it. So I think in terms of function for that window, maybe a blackout blind or curtains that you can close when you need to sleep, as you mentioned, early in the morning, but then also a space that you can enjoy the sunlight coming in and reading a book. And
yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your furniture because it's very cool. It looks like it has a lot of stories attached to it. It has a lot of character.
My bed was my great-grandma's, so it's probably over 100 years old. I really love it. I love having the 4-poster bed. I think there's something very fun about it. And then the dresser, they feel very much a match set, but surprisingly are not.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it was my mom's. She bought it antique, probably in the 80s. I always felt like they went together really nicely. It's very much the aesthetic that I would like this sort of to go in.
I kind of think we should keep them both. I think it could work. And I kind of feel how can you get rid of your great-grandmother's bed,
That would be great.
Talk to me about the fan in your room. Is this something that you use, that you need in the space? Is that something we could change?
I use it, but I also have an AC unit that I haven't plugged in yet. So I would be very happy to just have the AC unit instead of the ceiling fan.
Okay, great.
It is really ugly, so.
Yeah. I think it's such a good opportunity to add character into the bedroom, even more character.
Yeah.
Okay, talk me through other functional needs for the space.
I have a side table. I don't love it. It's been the one that I've had for years just because it's really small and it fits in the space. I have a blanket box.
Like a chest or?
Yeah, but it does have all of my sweaters in it. So that would be something that needs to be considered.
I love how all of the things in your space have stories attached to them. I feel like you've really got a head start on this makeover, to be honest. And it's just about repurposing all the cool things you have. On that note, let's talk about your inspo. Talk me through what drew you to the images that you submitted.
I think because of the dark wood, it's easy to do a bold color in here, and I would really love to. Like, I love the pinks in there, but I like really warm, earthy colors are the things that I really love. This whole house is this beige color, and I hate it, and I need it to be a fun color. And then linen. I've been making a note on my phone of, okay, when you get paid, these are the things that you get to buy. And I've been like looking at different linen bedspreads and being like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
I feel like your style is very cottagey and warm, but also like vintage and eclectic. And I think for a paint color, a reddy brown, like earthy tone could be really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we kind of go all dark in this space, like paint it all out a dark color. Like you said, I think the trim really lends itself well to that. I feel like I have a really clear idea of what you are looking for in this space. Anything else I should know?
I hilariously just figured out that your video editor, James, is like a friend of a friend.
Oh, really? I feel like James knows everyone.
I mean, also all the Toronto gays know each other, like, of course. So
Yeah. That's so funny.
I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
That is wild. Such a small world.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, well, really excited for this one, and I will see you on a reveal day.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Although Hannah has this beautiful bed and matching dresser set, which been in the family for a long time, I feel like the rest of the room isn't really doing those pieces justice. In Hannah's inspo, there's a lot of like mismatched styles going on. You have these very sophisticated pinks, almost skewing like brown paint colors on the walls, and then traditional feeling furniture, patterned curtains. It's very warm and inviting, and we're just like not getting that from Hannah's current bedroom. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. This design plan is a little outside my comfort zone. I've never decorated with a browny red color like this. The closest one we did was that tiny art studio, but this is a different feeling paint color. It's brown in some lights, it's pink in others, it has red undertones. I definitely wanna keep Hannah's bed and dresser. She mentioned that she would like to keep these pieces, and I think that we're gonna kind of be decorating around these pieces, giving them their chance to shine in the way that they're just not doing in her current bedroom. I really want to play with pattern in the textiles, and I want to mix and match stripes, florals, solid velvet. I just really want to play with color and pattern and make it look like I kind of just throw everything together, but that it works at the same time. Above the bed, there is this beautiful art piece from an artist I love, Kimmy Hogan, and I feel like it just pulls all the colors and patterns I'm working with together. This piece is kind of gonna anchor the whole room. And then because we are getting rid of the desk, what better in this little nook than a reading bench? I really want Graham to build storage underneath for all her books, and I want to paint it out in this gray-blue color. And of course, the bed needs some new Brooklinen bedding. Having the perfect comfy space to unwind at the end of the day is, for me, really important, which is why I love using Brooklinen in my own home and gifting it to makeover recipients. You can see that their website has over 100,000 5-star reviews, which is incredible, more than any other online bedding company. They have 20+ colors and patterns to choose from and to mix and match with. If you're shopping on Brooklinen, I would highly recommend getting a hardcore bundle because it saves you 25% and comes with everything you need to refresh your bedding. I love linen sheets for a casual, effortless style. They can look wrinkled and lived in, but still high-end. And this bedding is 100% linen, made in Portugal, and it's their lightest, most breathable fabric. Brooklinen kindly sent their linen hardcore bundle, which includes a duvet cover, core sheet set, and extra pillowcases. Throw me a comforter. Brooklinen also sent their comforter, down pillows, and this beautiful pebble gray linen quilt that I cannot wait to style on this bed. Brooklinen is offering my viewers $20 off any purchase over $100. You just need to use my code and my link in the description box. My code is Alexandra G. So Graham and Dave are at Hannah's. It's day 1 of our makeover, and they are painting the whole space in this beautiful brown. I asked them to paint the walls and the ceiling. I really want this to be like a statement when she walks into the bedroom, so we're really leaning into this color. A note that this is a very old Toronto home, so you're gonna see lots of texture on the walls. I personally love it and think it works so well with the style. Also, this paint is going to look different in different lights. So throughout the makeover, you're gonna see a change from like brown to more pink, which is really special. Hey guys, welcome to the bedroom prep day. I just walked in here and saw the paint color in person for the first time and it looks so good. It's this beautiful kind of like browny red tone. It is exactly what I was going for, so I'm so glad it translated correctly in real life. This wall color also works so well with all the wooden trim and Hannah's bed. It is gonna look so good.
Oh, here, eat banana bread.
That Hannah made us.
It's so good. Thanks, Hannah.
What kind of banana bread? Chocolate banana bread?
It's a chocolate banana bread, yes.
I'd love.
Yeah, nice.
So we're gonna start the day by bringing in Graham's beautiful bench and fitting it into the space. I'm so excited for you guys to see what Graham built. Instead of building one long bench, Graham has to build the bench in two pieces that come together so we can easily transport them. Each bench piece is going to consist of an identical top and bottom piece and 4 pieces that comprise the storage box, because yes, there is going to be storage in this bench. After establishing the dimensions needed for each piece, Graham is now cutting out the pieces using a track saw and a table saw. To build this bench, Graham is using some 3/4 inch pine plywood. For the storage box lid, he is cutting it out using a jigsaw and a track saw. For the bean-shaped handle hole, Graham is drilling a hole and then cutting out the shape using a jigsaw with a scroll blade. He's sanding down the hole with a spindle sander and rounding the edges using a router with a round-over bit. Next, he is tracing and cutting out the second one so the 2 lids are identical and interchangeable. In addition to using wood glue, Graham used a pocket hole jig to put pocket holes in the 4 box pieces to assemble the box and attach it to the top piece. Once assembled, Graham is tracing the corners of the top and bottom pieces and cutting the shape using a jigsaw and sanding them down with a belt sander. The bottom piece of the bench was attached to the rest of the unit by countersinking some screws. He's now finishing the exposed plywood edges by using heat-activated pine edge banding. This is gonna make the whole unit look really complete. Now that it's fully assembled, Graham is sanding the whole unit down using an orbital sander starting at 60 grit sandpaper and working up to 150 grit. For the shelf, Graham is using a couple scrap pieces of plywood and gluing them together using dowels and wood glue. Once dried, he is cutting an identical curve for the corner of the shelf to match the curve of the top and bottom pieces. I really wanted the shelf to be removable in case Hannah wanted to use this bench for storage down the line, maybe put baskets in it instead of books. So Graham is making sure the shelf is just resting on 2 brackets on either end of the bench so it can easily be removed. To support the corner of the shelf, Graham is using a couple of leftover mahogany legs, cutting them down in half using a miter saw and drilling a hole in the middle of each leg. They then screw together on either side of the shelf using a dowel screw, which is basically just a double-ended screw. Next, Graham is priming everything with 2 coats of tinted primer and is painting everything with a pearl finish of Sea Life by Benjamin Moore. In the theme of playing with color, Graham is painting the shelves and the lids Blue Zephyr by Dulux. Oh yeah, this looks so good. We thought long and hard about the size of this bench, and just with 1 piece in, I'm feeling like it's gonna be such a great window seat. Let's bring, sorry. Oh. Okay, let's bring the second piece in. Wow, like I could lounge.
Like 4 people could read on that bench.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, once we have the pillows in and the tops for the storage on, we're all gonna read on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I mentioned, these furniture legs are acting as support for the shelves, but they also match the wood tone of the trim. Great! Wow, Graham!
Yeah.
That looks so good! So she has 2 shelves for books. That looks amazing.
Okay, let's try this again.
Focus.
And make it look good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
I am hanging a Roman shade that was custom made by 2 Pages. I have worked with them a lot, and that's because they have so many fabric patterns, so many colors to choose from, and they make them custom to your space. Woo!
Oh.
Dark, right? That's what we want though. We want it to be blackout. And then you just pop it up, and it's this beautiful Roman shade. I went with a neutral Roman shade for this space because I'm gonna be adding in a lot of pattern through pillows and quilts and things, so I wanted to keep this neutral. Hannah has such great art and lots of plants, so I really wanted a shelf where she could house all these things, keep them on display, but also act as functional storage off the floor. Graham really didn't want us to buy new materials for this shelf, so we used some old barnwood that he got for free from a friend. And I was really excited about using that old texture for this shelf. I thought it would look really good with all the other accents in the bedroom. So the first thing Graham is doing is sanding everything down using a belt sander and a random orbital sander, starting at 60 grit and working up to 220 grit. He rounded the top edge using a router with a roundover bit, and chamfered the bottom edge using a 45-degree chamfer bit. He sealed everything with a natural finish, but since the wood was so old, it kind of discolored to this bright orangey brown color. Graham texted me and I was like, I'm really sorry, but this is definitely not the vibe. I was really thinking it was gonna be more rustic. This is just like the wrong kind of orange. We have to like last minute problem solve because this piece of wood was the only 8-foot piece we had, which spanned wall to wall.
I had more.
Oh.
Oh, you liked Street Art Face
I just didn't want to
yesterday.
do it again.
Okay.
But then you put the blame on
Wow.
Alexandra. That was mean, Graham.
We had to problem solve. It was like the day before the makeover. It was yesterday, actually. We just painted over it. Not the most ideal situation. Like the point of it is that it's like old and has character, but we will be using other barnwood pieces in another project. We did use the same paint as the wall, so we didn't have to buy more, but Dave actually put a clear coat over top, so it's cured it really nicely, and she doesn't have to worry about the paint chipping off, which is awesome. Okay, let's figure out the height. Right there, that looks so good. Yay. Yep, yeah. Oh, he's not here.
I know, but that sounded great.
It sounded great from the kitchen.
You would have been so proud if you had stayed here and watched.
It sounded great from outside too.
Thank you. When Graham is not here or the camera is off, that's when I do it the best.
Sure, Jan.
That was such a great day. We will be back tomorrow to finish the room off and reveal the whole space. Great job, team. Hi guys, it is reveal day. Really excited to pull this space together. First thing we're gonna start with is the light. I have seen Reserve Home use this light in her space, and I've had it on my list to use forever. You may have noticed that I'm kind of trying to go with this monochromatic theme in the bedroom. This looks like a little flower. It's so cute. It's also handmade in France. It is really cool. It's time to make the bed with Brooklinen sheets. I have a feeling this is going to really pull the space together. This beautiful side table is from Gus Modern, and I really wanted to play with red, green, and blue. I think they're so complementary, and I love it. I am so excited about this Mitzi table lamp. Again, bringing in that blue from the bench. It looks so good with the green. I'm loving all the color in this makeover, and this is just such a beautiful statement. So you're probably wondering, why am I not adding 2 exact side tables and table lamps on either side of the bed? That's because this room, I'm not sure if you guys can tell in camera, is very oddly shaped. And so I made a decision early on in the design plan that in order to fit this bench in here, which Hannah really wanted, we were gonna kind of have to offset the bed. So it's not centered in the room. There's still so much space for her to walk in on that side of the bed. And she did mention in our call that she doesn't need 2 side tables. I decided to place a side table and light on this side so that when she's reading, she can use her bedside light too. Okay, so I found this artist, Kimmy Hogan, on Instagram. We connected somehow, and when I was designing this space, I knew one of her pieces had to be hung above the bed. I think it just complements all the colors I've added in here. It's on canvas. I'm gonna link all of her things down below. Wow, isn't that beautiful? You're probably gonna wanna get a photo of this.
Fill it with water. You got a little hot tub.
Hot tub. Now it's time to put all of Hannah's books in this little bench so she can grab a book, read it on top of the bench. It's brilliant, you know? I'm also loving how the shelves curve, Graham, because the books are gonna like curve around, you know? This cushion is so comfy. I'm gonna link the Etsy shop who made this custom down below. So if you have a window seat in your home or a dining bench and you don't know where to find a cushion, they make them custom colored fabric and custom to size, and this is so comfortable. Just a note, we took into account the amount of cushions I was gonna be adding to this bench. So we asked them to make the seat cushion a little bit smaller. I also wanted the curve of the bench to be showcased as well. These cushions are of course from Tonic Living. If you are styling any bench, Tonic Living has the inserts and also the most beautiful covers for you. This is so comfy in here. There's so many pillows. Obviously, she can move these around to wherever she wants them to be, but wow, I feel like I can actually like sink into them. That was the goal. I wanted like lots of layers of cushions so she could sink back into them. This seat cushion is so comfortable and I feel like makes all the difference in here in terms of comfort and like reading. Can we stop the makeover? Can I just read all day?
Sorry, can you just get a tight shot of that?
Even there's hundreds of books below me, I'm like, can I just like read?
It does not look like you're reading.
Now we are bringing in her dresser. These pieces just work so well with the overall style that we're going for in this makeover, and I really love that we've been able to keep these key pieces but still make this space feel so new and like different than it was before. I think the paint on the walls really create a statement and helped with that, but all the other details like really count as well. It's time for the finishing touches. I'm creating a little gallery wall with some of her existing art. She has such an awesome collection, so I wanted those to be showcased. I'm adding this beautiful long string of hearts. Everyone asks me where I find long, drapey, mature plants like this. Get them secondhand off Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji. I'm placing a few pieces of her art on this shelf. I'm layering them. Loading the shelf up with a lot more plants, adding a vase for decoration and a candle, and finishing the shelf off with more art. I'm adding a cushion from Tonic Living, playing off the blue of the bench, and styling the dresser with a jewelry box, a cute mushroom candle, and this vintage lamp Hannah already had. Finally, I'm placing this laundry hamper beside her dresser for easy access. It's time to bring in Hannah for the reveal. Can I just move you before? Yeah, okay. So excited. Okay, I'm so glad. Okay, before you open your eyes, can you walk me through what your room looked like before?
It was like really beige, very sort of bland. I had a desk that took up way too much room, and I didn't want it anymore.
Yeah. You're entering like this new chapter in your life, so we wanted your room to reflect that calming, cozy space for you to unwind. On the count of 3, I want you to open your eyes, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God. ceiling. This is stunning. Holy cow. Wow, this is gorgeous. And now I have reason to go buy more books, which is perfect.
Exactly.
This was my greatest dream, that this is that someone would do this. I love it. This is amazing. Oh my god, wow. I love this color. This light is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, wow. This is gonna be a game changer for me being actually able to sleep. This is so good. So beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad you liked it. Thanks again to Brooklinen for sponsoring this video. Click the link below and use my code AlexandraG for $20 off orders over $100. Okay, what's next on the sketch?
A very fun one. We're doing Alana's kitchen.
Alana's kitchen, guys. Making it over. She has not been involved in this design plan or process at all. So it is going to be a full surprise. It's gonna be very weird not shooting with her on set. Make sure you're subscribed. Click the little bell so you get notified when we upload a new episode. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
A friend reached out and was like, I've got a whole bunch of free barnwood that I need to be like, you know, picked up.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
because
you're like, no problem.
Yeah. Anyways, so this guy was like, I'm gonna cover my entire condo in barnwood to make it look like I live inside of a barn. Turns out he was an actor on the TV show Suits.
So Hannah, your shelf has been not only in a barn, but in a famous actor's condo, and now it's in your bedroom.
Now I gotta say, I don't know the actor's name.
Okay.
So he was on the TV show Suits.
Do you know what his character name is? Is it Harvey?
I've never seen the show.